Hi, I'm Cassie, and today I want to ask you a question. I want to know, what is the best decision that you have ever made? I have this personal policy that if any of my classes get canceled, pretty much between like 10 and 3, I always treat myself to my favorite Thai food. This is a good decision. When I first got out of high school, I decided not to go ahead and pursue a 4-year degree. That was not my best decision. A year and a half ago, I decided to move to Fayetteville. Fayetteville is a great decision. A week and a half ago, I decided not to stock up on toilet paper. And apparently, that was a bad decision. Sometimes I put off writing papers. Nearly always a bad decision. But I really want you to think about, what is the best decision that you've ever made? When I was 24 years old, I became a foster parent. I was young and single, and I'm sure that plenty of my friends and family questioned whether this was a good decision. But I wanted to be a mom. I really wanted motherhood, and it didn't look like I was getting married anytime soon. My best friend and her husband were already foster parents, and so I knew a little bit about it. I felt like everywhere I went, I ran into kids who were in difficult circumstances, and lots of them were in foster care and needed homes. I was sure of my decision. In November of 2008, I got my first placement. She was 3 years old. She had lice. She was overweight. She threw terrible temper tantrums, and she had some really significant developmental delays. It was really hard all on my own. But 5 months later, I decided to take in a couple more kids. And these kids were younger, so I had a 1, 2, and 3-year-old. That is a crazy decision. Eventually, I got married. And over the next 5 years, we had 20 kids in our home. We did 2 adoptions. In the United States, it's really hard to nail down statistics for foster care, but all the sources agree that there are well over 400,000 kids in foster care each and every day. In each state, there are kids whose parental rights have been terminated, and they are waiting for an adoptive home. In Arkansas, over 400 kids are waiting to be chosen. I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, Cassie, I admire your decision to become a foster parent, but I could never do it. I just get too attached. I've heard that one before. But that is baloney. There's nothing special about me. I became a foster parent because I wanted to become a mom and because I wanted to help. That's it. And I got attached to every kid that was ever in my home. If you didn't get attached to kids that you were parenting, you wouldn't be doing a good job. It's part of the job. Fostering is hard, and I often did a bad job, and there were plenty of circumstances that I couldn't overcome. It was maybe never sunshine and roses. But this is my daughter, Raven. She's 15 years old, and she was that very first placement. This is my beautiful daughter, Lily. I've had her since she was 14 months old. She's 10 now, and I cannot imagine my life without my daughters. Everyone makes good and bad decisions. Just because something isn't easy doesn't mean it isn't worth it. I highly recommend foster care and adoption, Thai food in Fayetteville, and I recommend to you, make decisions that will change your life and the lives of others. Thank you.